Hey guys, I'm Bill Blowers from Tap Rack Tactical. I want to talk today a little bit about consistent performance with your rifle and pistol and what you're trying to achieve with that and why that is more important than the one-time wonder or the one-time miracle run that you end up getting at the range. So we're going to look at how you gauge that out, why it's important to you, and I think it helps you build performance as you go down the road. So the way that I gauge that out and why it's important is I want to know where I live. I use a lot of sports analogies in my training, and so one of the sports analogies I talk about is a mile and a half run time. And for me, I can tell you that I can run a mile and a half right now at any point between 10 minutes and 11 minutes, somewhere in that range. But I can't peg it every single time at 10 minutes and 18 seconds. Sometimes I'm a little bit slower, sometimes I'm a little bit faster. So I'm looking for that range and then making adjustments to my training to make sure that, for instance, I'm always going to be under 10 minutes and 30 seconds no matter what. The way that relates to training is I'm going to start doing that same drill, given actually standard given distance, make my hits, guarantee it, call my shots, do all that stuff, and I'm going to record those times with a shot timer and go through a series of them. Pretty simply, I can do 12 runs of that. I'm going to discard the fastest one because miracles happen, and I'm going to discard the slowest one I get because things happen. And I'm going to take the 10 in between. Once I get that 10 times total, average them out, and that is the true reflection of what I could get done on any given day on an average. Sometimes I will be a little bit faster, sometimes I'll be a little bit slower, but I should be able to then gauge my workout to get me faster if that is the end goal. It could be increase the accuracy, but keep that same time. Here is why that consistent performance is important. I could step up right now, pull my pistol out, make the shot on that same accuracy standard and get it done at 0.9, but that doesn't make me a 0.9 man. As a police officer, running retention and having to react to the problem typically, the industry standard is going to be about 1.5 seconds. And so if I get that done one time in training, that does not make me a 1.5 second man when every other time I've drawn the pistol, it takes me 2.25. Your average is 2.25. The miracle isn't what you're looking to accomplish. You want that consistent performance across the board based on your parameters, your training time, and your resources. If you're a good citizen shooting competition and you're trying to get a 1 second draw or sub 1 second draw from concealment, you can't do it one time and think you're there. You have to keep working until that is the consistent measure, and your miracle is a 0.75 and your slowest is a 1.25, so somewhere in that mid-range as examples again. And the other consideration here is time, resources. You know, what do you have, and be realistic in what you're trying to accomplish with the stuff that you're given to make that thing occur. As a copper, for instance, you get 50 rounds a month. You don't have a range that you can get to very often. That 1.5 may be really difficult standard for you to achieve, but you can get there with dry fire and other methods as well. Same thing with a citizen, good citizen that's running around doing IPSC training. If you don't get to shoot a lot or you don't get a lot of bullets, then the 1 second draw may be unrealistic to you based on what you can achieve. So establish what it is that's important to you, gauge your training and set up to help you get there. And I think tracking that consistent performance is going to be one of the ways that you can make improvement quickly. So keep improving on it. I think if you start tracking that consistent performance, seeing what you're actually capable of doing, it also starts to guide you down the path of how you're going to improve in the future and start establishing your workout plans.